key indicators to the capacity to move forward and break down the barriers. We are now setting very clear benchmarks for women's participation in the economy, for monitoring progress, and for supporting efforts to enable women in business to be able to lead and to inspire others, as Miriam does at her very young age. We also launched the Women's Entrepreneurship in APEC, or the We APEC initiative. People ask me all the time, how can you support women entrepreneurs? Where do you find them? How do we leverage their talent? We APEC is answering those questions, and it's doing it by helping to connect more than 600 organizations across the region that are working to expand and strengthen the opportunity for women entrepreneurs. We've also launched the Healthy Women, Healthy Economies initiative, which focuses on workplace safety, on gender-based violence, and on other health-related barriers that prevent women from being able to get into the marketplace. And we've developed a framework for APEC for increasing women's participation in fields in which their contributions are sorely needed, including transportation, science, technology, engineering, and math. So, my friends, we've made a good start. There's obviously still a lot that we need to do, and it's going to require sustained engagement by all of us, people in the private sector, people in the public sector. That's why I'm very pleased to announce that we are working with Chinese Taipei to create a new sub-fund on women and the economy in order to ensure that this work continues over the next 5 years. And I think that's an important marker to lay down. I hope other economies will join us in supporting this important effort. We want to make sure that whatever happens with transitions and administrations and other such things, this project is going to continue. And I'm confident. Governments have obviously a critical role, though. I want to just say the private sector also really needs to continue to be fully invested and engaged in this effort. Healthy women, healthier economies, the toolkit, or the support that many of you provide to STEM, the camp, all of these things are critical. And I know that some partners are going to be announcing additional commitments in the course of this morning's program, and I encourage all of you to consider what more you can do to support women in your companies and to share those practices with APEC. Young women like Miriam, and my fellow speaker, the incredibly talented economist, the Vice President, all of our participants here today are working in support of an extremely important cause, which really has tentacles that connect everywhere in the world, which is what makes this very exciting. As Secretary of State, I've been so honored to travel the world and to see these programs in effect. I will never forget one of my earliest trips to Afghanistan, where I met with 10 women entrepreneurs, each of whom had started a major business. And we're doing extraordinary work, but you have to imagine how difficult in some societies it is for women to stand up against threats, prejudice, cultural, historical barriers of many, many centuries. It's not easy in some places. Some people can walk into a room and do this very easily in one country, but for someone else it may mean acid in the face or a bullet in the head. It is not easy. So these efforts that we're making here today really ripple out all across borders, my friends. It's remarkable what happens. And I am convinced that with the commitment that you all are showing, we're going to build this mighty force all across the planet that changes things. Robert Kennedy, when he went to South Africa in 1968 to address the challenge of apartheid, talked to an audience that was skeptical and jaded cynical even about the possibilities. And he said to them, you know, the greatest of all dangers is futility, the sense of futility, that there's nothing that one man or woman can do against the enormous array of the world's ills. But he said, each time a man or a woman strikes out against injustice or works to improve the lot of others, he or she sends forth a tiny ripple of hope that, crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. Believe it or not, what we're doing here today is a continuum of that commitment, of that vision, and I'm proud to be here with all of you, and I look forward to continuing this work even when I'm not Secretary of State. Thank you so much.